Cooper Marcher here. You know that song, What the World Needs Now is Love, Sweet Love? While I don't disagree with that sentiment, I think the thing that is most lacking in the world as I see it is empathy. Empathy is a word that is used often by many people. It's commonly known that empathy is a good thing to have, but it isn't always a priority in people's lives. Did you know that 98% of people have the ability to empathize with others? The few exceptions are psychopaths, narcissists, and sociopaths, which are people who are unable to understand or relate to others' people's feelings and emotions. Excuse me. It does seem as though half of that 98% who have the ability have somehow lost it recently. But contrary to popular opinion, even though empathy can be genetically predisposed, it is a skill that can be increased or decreased, so it can be taught. Sometimes the practice of empathy seems limited, but what is empathy and why is it important? In simple terms, empathy is the ability to understand things from another person's perspective. It's the ability to share someone else's feelings and emotions and understand why they're having those feelings. Many famous people have talked about the importance of understanding and empathy. Maya Angelou once said, "I think we all have empathy. We may not have enough courage to display it." Albert Einstein said, "Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding." Former President Barack Obama has said the biggest deficit that we have in our society and in the world right now is an empathy deficit. At the memorial service for 5 police officers, former President George W. Bush said, "At our best, we practice empathy, imagining ourselves in the lives and circumstances of others. This is the bridge across our nation's deepest divisions." This quote would explain a lot about the division in today's world, I think. One of the most effective ways for someone to become empathetic is for them to be trained as children. Empathy is part of education known as emotional intelligence. Teaching children to think of the way other people feel is a good way of helping them develop empathy. Children are often taught to share because they like it when others share with them. It's easy to teach children to treat others with kindness because they too would like to be treated kindly. We need to stop treating our children as though they were the only children on earth. I could go on and on about this because I'm wound up about it today, but about how people ignore other people, don't hold doors for people anymore, never offer to help another person. And we are simply so caught up in our own lives that we don't seem to realize we share the planet with and are surrounded by other humans and living things. Before we embark on another trip outside our home, let's ask ourselves, do I have empathy? Do I treat people the way I want to be treated? And am I teaching my children how to be empathetic and to be more human beings? Cooper Marcher here. Ciao.